this is an unexpected topic that I'm actually speaking on today. But I got a message sent to me from a guy this morning, and it was talking about trafficking for young girls. Okay, so I'm gonna say this is for young girls or women, period, because oftentimes we are um, people think we're younger than we are. I know just a couple of years ago when I was in my 40s, um, I was with some friends and we were actually going to pick up some more school supplies for an event at church, and police pulled us over. And he actually said, little girl in the back didn't have her seatbelt on. Well, that little girl was me. They thought I was a teenager. And I actually had to pull out my driver's license and, prove the age that I was. And they did not, they still didn't want to believe me. And I'm like, hey, that's my driver's license, right? But so I say for, young girls, young women, whether you have daughters, whether you have, nieces, nieces, you name it. If any females that I would say share this information with them. So I'm going to play what was sent to me so that the awareness can be put out. And, so that's why I went live on a couple of different platforms, because I have a large following and we want to get the information out, because we don't want anybody that we know to have to experience being trafficking, because this is serious. Okay, so guys,
third morning in a row, I found one of these on her car in the exact same spot.
it's a zip tie he's
All right,
talking
fam.
about.
As
Okay,
you saw in that video, the zip line thing 100% is happening. They are marking young girls to traffic. But I'm going to take it a little bit step further, and you guys need to know about this because this is happening in Texas. And it's out starting to spread out and happen everywhere. They're not only marking the vehicles for the girl, okay? They're putting stuff on the door handles laced in something called fentanyl. Now, fentanyl, it can be absorbed through the airways, and it can be absorbed through the skin. So if you walk up to your vehicle, you see a zip tie. Another trick they're using is they're using roses. They'll put roses in your vehicle, but they're also using trading cards. And what's happening is women are coming up, grabbing the rose, the fentanyl will be on the stem or in the rose bud. They're smelling it, and it immediately incapacitates them. The only thing that will save them at that point is medical attention immediately or Narcan. So you'll grab this, and it will literally, it happens immediately, guys. Within 30 seconds,
so
you
what
will
he
be on
did
the
was he
ground,
just grabbed the card
incapacitated
that
and
was stuck
completely
in the
helpless.
window.
So if you see something like this on your vehicle, a rose, a zip tie, do not freaking touch it with your skin, okay? Go inside, wherever you are immediately. Go back into the gas station. Go back to the shopping mall. Go back into the grocery store, the gym, wherever you are, or whatever you do not touch this. Please share this video so women know what's happening out here and we can protect each other. Okay?
Okay, guys. So I hope that y'all understood, what he was saying, because it's very serious. Trafficking is going on. Trafficking is not fixing to stop. It's been going on for a while. So we have to be prepared. Okay. So, women, let's stick together. If you see something going on, tell another woman, because she may not notice it. Because some people are, they don't really pay attention. So we have to, for one, we have to, um, be prepared. We have to pay attention, or pay attention for somebody else. But, again, if you have daughters, you have nieces, you have, friends that are females, talk to them, share this information, because we want to get this out to as many people as possible, because we want, all the females looking out for, what is going on. Another thing that you can do to be safe, I have these in all my vehicles. I have it all through my houses, etc., because I hate my hands to be dirty. These are gloves. So like they said that those things were laced with with drugs that would take you out. So if you, I'm just being serious. Y'all may laugh at me or whatever, but keep some of these in your purse. Or if you're going, even if you're going to work out, you may have a little bag that you carry, whether it's on your waist or going across you. Put some of these in there, just to be on the safe side. I keep these on the doors of my vehicle, because whenever I get out to get gas, ever since COVID, y'all, I I just take it and I put it on my hands and I get my gas with that. Also, when I have to clean my windows, when I'm going out, when I'm going to a gas station, I'm getting, that to clean the windows. I put my gloves on. Okay. Sometimes use it when I'm going into the in some of the stores and stuff. You just have to be safe, you guys, because again, COVID took a lot of people out, right? So now I know we're talking about trafficking, but I'm just saying this is safety. This is safety. Okay, keep your plastic gloves, and then you can just throw them away. I go through a ton of gloves, because again, I don't like my hands to be dirty, right? So I keep gloves all through my house. I keep gloves in all of my vehicles, because I want to be safe, okay? Having COVID was no fun, no fun at all. I'm pretty sure several of y'all have had COVID. A lot of y'all probably have the side effects of COVID. If any of y'all have the side effects of COVID, I'm gonna tell you, you need to go over to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, which we moved to YouTube now. Because of COVID, I pulled it out the TV station. We moved it to YouTube, and we have episodes on COVID. Some you'll hear some of the people that have had it, and some of the things that you can do. To actually get rid of the side effects of COVID, right? You can actually build up your mitochondria. If you can see, I don't know if you can really see some the products in the back. That is one of the ways that you can build up your mitochondria. I did not get on here to talk about that, but it just kind of fell in place, right? But again, trafficking is real. Don't think that just because you're an older female that you may not be trafficked, okay? Because again, I just shared that when I was in my 40s, I was in the back of one of our friends' cars. We left the church, we're going to get some school supplies, and one of the police in the SUV we was in Grand Prairie, Texas, and he looked over there. She actually had asked me to get something out of her purse, so I took my seatbelt off and handed her that. And before I could, you know, get my seatbelt back on, he pulled up on the side of us and he pulled us over and said, that little girl in the back don't have a seatbelt on. Okay. Well, I was a grown girl. Okay. So just from that example, that shows you how sometimes people think we're younger than we are. So that's why I said this is not only for young women, like he said in the video he mentioned young women. Well, this is not only for young women, this is for women, period. Because some of us look younger than we are. Most people don't think that I'm the age that I am. And so you can't just go by young women, because people don't know your age sometimes, which is sometimes a blessing and sometimes it's not. For many, many years I was courted because people thought I was much younger when I would go, to get alcohol for, some of my family members, right? And I'm just like, okay, but I'm over 18, or now over 21. And but I was courted because they did not believe me. So, guys, trafficking is very, very serious. I know y'all don't want to lose your loved ones, right? Or anybody that you know. Any female that I know, I don't want anybody to be removed from my life because they have, had to experience trafficking, guys. So let's all stick together. Let's share this information. Put it on all your different platforms that you're on. Text it to people, email it to people. Just show it so that we can get the information out there so that people can be knowledgeable about what people are doing for trafficking. So I hope this helps someone. Y'all, please take it serious. Don't just say, oh, that's just another video they're talking about trafficking, or whether I don't know if it's new, old, or what. I just know it was sent to me and it was put on my heart before I did any of my other videos. Because I go live on my show tonight, but before I was doing some of my other videos, when that popped up, I was just like, okay, let me put the word out. So the bottom line is, let's be safe, okay, y'all. Again, keep some of these plastic gloves because you never know, what may be going on, okay? Whether it's trafficking or whether somebody's just trying to kidnap you, or somebody may be holding a grudge against you and want to do something to you. So you just have to be careful, okay? And then you have people, there's a lot of mean people out there, right? So people may be, may have had, the um and this is very mean what I'm going to share. You have some people may be out there and they may just put stuff on doors, whether it's a bathroom door, whether, I mean, in places where there's a lot of people, right? In public places where there's a lot of people, sometimes people just do things that, it's going to harm people, period. Okay. So you just have to be safe. So in that case, it's not just women, men may experience some of that as well. But again, women, we want you to be very safe, okay? Young women, seasoned women, middle-aged women, we want you to be safe because some people prey on the older women, right? So, or should we say seniors? Some people prey on them as well. So, guys, let's get the word out. Let's just be safe. Okay. Y'all go out and have a wonderful, blessed, and healthy day.